Oh yeah. Wrong.
Look all these blue hunters, I feel like you can't.
Production.
You know I'm lit up in this bitch, fit to take some shit over. Bentley cruising like it post. Got your girl stuck just like a post. You know I'm lit up in this bitch, fit to take some shit over. Bentley cruising like it post. Got your girl stuck just like a post. You know I'm lit up in this bitch, fit to take some shit over. Bentley cruising like it post. Got your girl stuck just like a post. You know I'm lit up in this bitch, fit to take some shit over. Bentley cruising like it post. Got your girl stuck just like a post. When I pull out, I'm stunting. It's your boy Blueface 100. Always assisting, no punting. I'm fucking bitches, they coming. Plus bringing heat out the speakers. It'll make you leave out your sneakers. I'm talking real shit in the field. Make a nigga disappear like Copperfield. With another blunt, then I roll it up. Cause the boy feeling that pressure. Might take a trip to my then. All the bricks all in the fucking flow. Stacked up like dominoes. Acting the food like loot. She showing her beautiful hoodie. FH, you know the owl. You know that I'm the blame. When I'm in that thing, I'm constantly working the middle. Different face expressions in the mirror. Beating the pussy, you know that I'm in her. Beatboxing, in her. She a dime piece, that's a chicken tender. She say I'm lit up in this bitch. While smoking the blunt, that bitch still remember me. You know I'm lit up in this bitch. Fit to take some shit over. Bentley cruising like it post. Got your girl stuck just like a post. You know I'm lit up in this bitch. Fit to take some shit over. Bentley cruising like it post. Got your girl stuck just like a post. You know I'm lit up in this bitch. Fit to take some shit over. Bentley cruising like it post. Got your girl stuck just like a post. You know I'm lit up in this bitch. Fit to take some shit over. Bentley cruising like it post. Got your girl stuck just like a post.
You know I keep it 100. Yeah, I've been there and done it. I'm addicted to money. Got the lack for in front it. Got no time for no capping. Every day I be trapping. Keep that heater on my waist, cause these niggas be jacking. Took a trip to Port Arthur. I done hooked up with Ronnie. Wood grain on my sternum, so I'm bouncing and turning. All these bitches be bopping, cause the blades they be chopping. Got me feeling like I'm packed, cause these tops they keep dropping. All these niggas they hate it, but the ladies they love it. Do the fool off in public, ain't no switching the subject. I buy hard for no reason, my pace switch like the seasons. Diamonds shining when I'm cheesing, haters mad cause I'm breathing.
You know I'm lit up in this bitch, fit to take some shit over. Bentley cruising like it post. Got your girl stuck just like a post. You know I'm lit up in this bitch, fit to take some shit over. Bentley cruising like it post. Got your girl stuck just like a post. You know I'm lit up in this bitch, fit to take some shit over. Bentley cruising like it post. Got your girl stuck just like a post. You know I'm lit up in this bitch, fit to take some shit over. Bentley cruising like it post. Got your girl stuck just like a poster.
Look all these blue hunters, I feel like you can't.
Production.
Was I muted that whole time? Mic check, mic check. Don't tell me I was muted. Oh, man, I had a good intro and everything, man. Y'all got me out here, a rookie on these YouTube streets. Thank you. I appreciate y'all. I had a good, man. All right, I'm going to try to redo that again. Can y'all hear me now? Thank you, thank you, thank you. Appreciate y'all, appreciate y'all. This is only my second time going live, y'all. This is only my second time going live. That was like 5 minutes of a good intro. So let me go back up and say it again right here. Let me read this out loud. It says, thanks for the disclaimer, but after this, please don't connect these people to my hard work. It's tarnishing my name, my brand. Thanks, ItzTheNews. I work too hard to be connected to this circus. And this is kind of in the realm of what I wanted to talk about today. So I've seen a lot on these YouTube streets, man. I've been in the bushes for about the last month and a half. You know, I haven't dropped as many videos because there's too many plays being ran out here in these YouTube streets. And I know you guys see it. I woke up last Sunday and, you know, you guys don't know because essentially I'm an introvert on these YouTube streets. But it was my birthday. And it was the play of all plays being ran that morning when I woke up on my birthday. There was a fake suicide skit on these YouTube streets for views. And it's getting kind of ridiculous out here. I think Patricia had a show the other day. It said, what would you do for YouTube views? And it seems like people will do anything for YouTube views. And I don't understand it. Like, we're all fighting for the same 1,000 subscribers. Like, why? I've seen people Google cat videos and you'll be sitting in a chat with 300, 400, 500 people watching cat videos. There's people out here. There's like 1 billion channels on YouTube. It's time for us, you know, in this sector to level up. Now, I understand there's always going to be some drama. And that's essentially, you know, what my show was made for, to capture some of those moments. But essentially what I was trying to do was put more attention onto a sector that I noticed was growing. You know, a lot of the characters that I create in my show is essentially, you know, because I see the potential in, you know, those characters. I didn't know a few of them were going to, you know, create channels. I just saw, you know, either someone popping off or having a good point or, you know, expressing themselves. And, you know, the character kind of created itself. But, you know, another thing I've seen in YouTube streets is that it's really easy to Google T3 the Polar Bear's name and come up with a whole bunch of slander, people trying to expose them, trying to take off the mask, et cetera, et cetera. Man, this last month and a half, I really saw the YouTube streets gunning hard to take the polar bear down. And a lot of the times people don't even realize what part they're playing in the bigger play. So that's why today it's not going to be a video. I don't have a video. Salute to Shot of Shade because I actually have a PowerPoint presentation. So I want to go through the PowerPoint presentation. I have a couple points I want to talk about, and then I'm going to drop the link. But on my platform, you know, everybody's a value to an opinion. You know what I'm saying? But get your point off. A lot of times there's a lot of arguing back and forth, rah, 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 rah. And then you just went 2-3 hours and then you still don't know what the hell just happened. So, you know, when you come on the platform, I would like you to express your opinion, you know what I mean? And be respectful about that opinion. We're all adults. So, I mean, I'm going to have no moderators moderating the chat today. We're all adults. If you need to get out of here, you know how to get up out of here. I'm not going to have someone babysit people in timeout, you know, when it's not needed, essentially. Like I said, we're all fighting for the same 1,000 subscribers when we have the potential to grow. So a lot of people ask me, like, why do I cover, you know, these bloggers? You know, they're not huge bloggers. They're not celebrities. I mean, the potential is there. They can be. And the more they grow, the more my channel could grow. I could always put all my videos on private and start covering celebrities. A lot of people in my position would do just that. But I see a lot of potential in this sector. So today, let's talk about it. And it's time to put a little bit of respect on T3 the Polar Bear's name. Because I know he didn't intentionally do it, but he accidentally created a subsector on these YouTube streets. So let me load up my PowerPoint. I'm going to go through and then I'll drop the link. All right. Salute Shot of Shade. Gave me an idea right here. You know, we PowerPoint on these YouTube streets now. But I am getting back to videos. You know what I'm saying? This is just, you know, my second time going live. I'm still a rookie going live. But next week we'll be back to the war and you know, YouTube street news updates. But today, let's talk about it. All right. So the question I have today is, did T3 the polar bear create a sector? All right. There we go. We already talked about this a little bit. Here's our disclaimer. This is not a play ran by T3. Polar Bear has not and does not endorse this segment. All opinions and views are from ItzTheNews and my time spent in these YouTube bushes. So this is just my opinion and perspective of what I've seen for this last month and a half on these YouTube streets. I'm not running no plays. I'm clicked up with nobody behind the scenes. I know a lot of people didn't, you know, they have no clue what to expect from this video. But I'm just here to tell it like it is and telling how like I've seen it. You running a play. Oh, here they go. Already. I'm running a play. Oh, y'all. See, I'm ready for it. I kind of sensed it was coming. Was ItzTheNews the quarterback the whole time? Stay tuned on the next episode. Not at all, y'all. Not at all, y'all. All right, let's get back to it. See, y'all don't even know my personality. That's another reason why I decided to hit this live button, because I feel like sometimes I've been hiding behind my videos. I don't really get to engage with you guys as much as I should be. It's another reason why I haven't really been on you guys' panel. So it's time for me to come out these bushes, express my opinion. But first, you know, get to know you, get to know me a little bit better, and my views on what's going down in these YouTube streets. Because if you expect me to pull up and pop off, that's not me. I just log out and I'll just go watch the Squid Games on Netflix. See, trolls in here. Thank you. Salute, trolls. Appreciate y'all for showing up. All right, let's get rolling on this. You see the disclaimer? This is all me. ItzTheNews. Let's go. All right, so a lot of people call us the MO3 sector, but we're not really the MO3 sector. A lot of these new bloggers don't talk about MO3. A lot of the people on the screen right here didn't come up because of MO3, but that's what they've attached us to. Hence why the name, the polar bear sector. Now, if you saw in his disclaimer, a lot of the things that he's doing nowadays, he wants nothing to do with what's going on in his YouTube streets. A lot of people accuse him of running plays. You sound zesty. Well, I'm not going to be faking changing how I sound, sir. Thank you for tuning in, though. Appreciate you. But he's not. I mean, I've tried to reach out to Polar Bear behind the scenes. Polar Bear's literally been on the video, said, reach out to me behind the scenes. Then you go to reach out behind the scenes, and then it's quiet. So a lot of times, people are saying he's involved in this, he's involved in that. I don't believe it. He just be chilling. Now, he has gone to war. Absolutely. We've all seen Polar Bear go to war in these YouTube streets. But what's going on lately has been more of a inside divide and conquer strategy. Rather, it is a war with one specific person. And we got DJ. Of course, DJ B here. You're on a slide, DJ. Don't worry, we'll get to you. But see on the screen right here, we got Ratchet TV, Just Say No to Sko, Polar Bear, Timbo Slice, and MHB. Now, MHB, let's say his popularity, he first popped off during the Nipsey video, but they still associate him with the MO3 sector. I think Timbo Slice, his most popular video, I believe, was on FBG Duck, but he has a lot of influence also in the MO3 sector. Polar Bear started blogging before the passing of MO3, but after the passing of MO3 is when his fame took off to a whole nother level and the influence started occurring out on these YouTube streets. So this is why they label these bloggers the MO3 sector bloggers. But what we see nowadays has nothing to do with MO3 at all. We don't speak about the case or the things going on, but we are, or some of them are, a product of this subsector. So let's talk about it. I have slides on a lot of the characters that have been in my show. I'm briefly going to go through. We're going to talk about the criteria I used and essentially, talk about the origins of some of these bloggers. And there's a lot of connected themes when you look at the origin of some of these bloggers. Behind the scenes. This is where all the plays get ran right here, behind the scenes. And that's why I feel comfortable about speaking on this topic, because I have no plays and no behind the scenes action going on. 9 times out of 10, people have no clue what's going to be in the videos that come out. Sometimes they reach out to me behind the scenes once they see the video goes up. They're like, hey, are we good? But like I tell them 9 times out of 10, I do my best to call it down the middle. When I put out a video, I'm not trying to slander either side. I'm trying to bring awareness to the brand. I know it's some of the messier content, but a lot of you guys tune in and engage on the messier content. Let me take this out the way. And so it still brings awareness. As I evolved as a blogger, like you'll see the links to a lot of the content I use or the people I speak about in the description box. Because like I said, I'm not here to take away shine. I'm here to grow to the best of my ability, the sector. Because as the sector grows, then my channel grows. All right. But behind the scenes is where a lot of these plays get set up. And the sad thing is, a lot of people don't realize if they're a pawn or if they're actually running a play. So the criteria I used to look at the different characters, salute, were the following. I looked at is their style of blogging influenced by T3 the Polar Bear? Have they been promoted by T3 the Polar Bear? Are they recognized from his platform? Is the audience that they're speaking to mostly Polar Gang or even former Polar Gang members? Or are the members of the panel mostly Polar Gang or former Polar Gang members? So that's what I kind of used to judge when talking about the different characters in these YouTube streets. Salute to you too. Salute to you too. All right, so the first one I want to talk about is ItzTheNews. Now, when I first came out, a lot of y'all thought I was Polar. No matter what I said, no matter how y'all, y'all heard me say my name in the beginning of every video. Yeah, it's your boy King G, but they still, nah, it's fake. It's Polar. It's Polar. It's Polar. I was like, nah, I had to come out and show my face like, hey, it's not Polar. I'm completely different. But he did influence my style of vlogging. Yes. He would sit in those live streams and kind of give you the game night in after night out until one night he was like, this is the last time I'm going to tell y'all, do X, Y, and Z. This is all you got to do to create a channel. And I was like, all right, I got you. All right, cool. I'm going to go ahead and do what I got to do. Boom, there we go. Polar most definitely created a sector, little thug. See, they even say I sound like Polar. I'm like, man, I watch a lot of his live streams. Like, it might rub off. When you listen to a favorite rapper, you start, rapping like that rapper. It happens. It happens. Absolutely. Let's show homage. That's what's missing on these YouTube streets. So yes, I definitely would consider myself part of this Polar Bear sphere of influence. If we don't call it a sector, then call it a sphere of influence. Because like I said, even though the content I kind of got more, I blew up off of was when I covered the war between Ratchet TV and Skull. But a lot of that origin in that beef and in that whole feud tied back to T3 the Polar Bear. So all you got to do is watch close. He's involved in a lot of things, intentionally and unintentionally, because of his influence and his impact into the sector. So me, definitely. Polar Bear sector. All right, I'm trying to find the next button on here. There we go. There we go. See, I'm looking like shot of shade out here. All right. Salute. No shade, shot of shade. Don't come for me. There we go. All right. Next up, we got BFH and Mahaya. I think this is pretty easy here. You know what I mean? Mahaya, welcome. We finally got you a character. I know you just had them words on there forever. You finally got a, upgrade. said, find the timeout button. No, we grown here. We got it. So this is pretty easy. These two, I would say, self-proclaimed got influence from T3 the Polar Bear. So it's easy to associate those with him, but they do their own thing. Let's say Mahea branches off using his music, and he's up late. So I'm not really, I don't really get to be in a lot of Mahea's live streams because he comes through, them chowder hours, and I ain't got my chowder game on point yet. And then we got BFH, BFH always making them beats, the low key man, but I see a lot of similarities in the way I go about things and how BFH conducts himself. I'm more of an introvert. I don't like all the shine. A lot of y'all say BFH don't even speak. He just be on the thing. But, it takes a while to find yourself, and he's found himself a lot quicker than I have. So salute to BFH. All right, who's next up? Boom. And another new character we got out here. Big Book. And it's like that. Big Book, wow, Big Book. Big Book, everywhere he goes, he always gives his props and his proper due. That's why he's blocked off half these channels out here in these YouTube streets. Because, sometimes he gets his shit off a little too much. And they definitely shut him down. But definitely he'll log into another account and continue getting his shit off. Trust me, he is persistent out here in these YouTube streets. So salute to Big Book. He definitely holds it down no matter where he goes. So this is without a doubt someone that has the polar bear sphere of influence. And it's like that. Uh-oh. Ocean Ruth. I know you probably going to be tapping in when we drop the link. All right, who else do we have up next on these YouTube streets? Miss Patricia Brown. There we go. So Patricia has actually a little different origin story because Patricia Brown's been on YouTube for a little while. And she actually started more under the Timbo Slice umbrella back in his YouTube streets. But if you ask her, it wasn't until T3 the Polar Bear came around is when she got her weight up. She openly admits and has all over the YouTube streets that Polar Bear got her weight up and got her monetized. And she definitely owes that respect to T3 the Polar Bear. And she gives it whenever she can. Now, I've been waiting to pop up on T3 the Polar Bear's page, but she's had everybody blocked. But I think in the last chat I saw, she fixed that. So make sure we tune in to Miss Patricia Brown because it was going down with Patricia Brown until she had those technical difficulties on his YouTube streets. So even though she started under a different umbrella, she came into herself more when she got her weight up around T3 the Polar Bear. So salute there, salute there. Platinum with one song, absolutely. We ain't gonna talk about that here. That song is a little, you can pull up on Patricia's page for that song. Literally pull up on Patricia's page for that song. All right, the next character on these YouTube streets. I'm just cooling with the crew. I think this is another easy one to put in the bucket here, cooling with the crew. I covered her before she had a channel. She was one of the people that I picked up on. I think I first picked up on her when she was on Patricia's show. Yeah, I think that's it. She was on Patricia's show. She played a role kind of like a co-host on Patricia's show. Let me tell you something. And that's where I first noticed cooling with the crew. This isn't her original avatar. She definitely evolved. I think she hit me behind the scenes. It was like, what's going on with the tan lines on my character? I said, sometimes I'm in a rush. I'm working on it. Don't worry about it. I got you. Just be patient. And I've definitely seen her evolve. When she first got up there, she would just constantly just speak over the comments. No shade. She was always, speaking them comments out loud. But then she kind of find her way in these YouTube streets. And the one time I did hit her up behind the scenes, I think she asked about one of my videos, and I let her know. I was like, hey, you should have a channel on here. I covered you 2-3 times, and why aren't you out here popping? A week later, boom, she ready to go. So salute cooling. Keep doing your thing out here in these YouTube streets, but you are definitely part of the polar bear sphere of influence. And this is just my opinion, y'all. This is just my opinion. If any content creator wants to come up here and have a conversation, about if they feel otherwise, I'm definitely open to that. But this is just my opinion from these YouTube bushes. Salute, Coolin. Salute. All right, who's up next? The Grim Reaper. This is kind of one of my more popular characters on these YouTube streets. But this one has also a history that goes a little bit beyond T3 the Polar Bear. This one, I would say it's up in the air because the Max Boogie's been around on these YouTube streets. She's been around. She falls. I'll say. Let me give her a proper origin story. She falls under the Timbo Slice umbrella, and she's damn near had her own show back in the day. Cammed up, was a regular. So she's been around these YouTube streets. We're just more. We're newer to Max Boogie in our sector, and we know her through T3 the Polar Bear. But I can say it's debatable because Max Boogie does have a lot of weight in different sectors on his YouTube streets, so she is known. But some of the criteria does fit Max Boogie. So salute, because I definitely don't want to go heads up with the Grim Reaper. And that's the reason why I kind of created that moniker, and it wasn't to throw shade at all. It's just every time I see Max Boogie do her thing, she gets bodies. And the Reaper only shows up to take souls. And I'm about to give her respect on that one. She, some of the things I definitely kind of be out there, but she'll stand on it. And she said it, she meant it. You can only respect that. Cool. Been around running plays. I see you. They tuned in. Can't be saying that in this chat. All right. So all salute, all respect to the Grim Reaper. That title was not, made out of any disrespect. It's actually the opposite. I respected how she, carried herself out in these YouTube streets. So salute. And like I said, it's the first character. It's not really, sold. It's 50-50. She comes from a different sector under the Timbo Slice umbrella. Like I said, she was a regular on the show back then. But nowadays, we kind of know her more from under the T3 the Polar Bear sector, but she's been around in different sectors. So definitely debatable. All right. Who else is next? We got an ignorant misfit. Eve. Eve was another person that I think I found from Patricia's show. When she showed up over there. I mean, she definitely was on Polar's show, but when she popped out on Patricia's show when I was covering that show, she went, woo, man. Eve got her shit off. We learned about her college degrees and everything on Eve. And this is also what I believe the second version of her character. I think the first version was an ice cube with a couple of degrees. And she definitely hit me up too in them comments. It was like, can we do a little bit better? It's the news. I said, I got you, Eve. But you Polar Bay. And now she's an ignorant misfit. So salute. I see you out there doing your thing, Eve. It's crazy, man, that when I first covered these subscribers, because at the time they were subscribers, and now to see them all with channels and getting their views up, I'm proud of the sector. Because essentially, like I said, not even a year old. There it goes. Sound zesty. You still in here though. I appreciate you, man. Let's get to 100. Stay in here. Stay around. Make a couple of accounts, man. Get these numbers up. Appreciate you. Eve got her weight. Yep, she got her own weight up. She did her thing. She did her thing out there. But she fits some of the criteria. Like a lot of her audience and panel members are from Polar Gang, or former Polar Gang members. We know her from the Polar Show, especially a couple of episodes of Polar Springer. So, like I said, it's not always to a T, but some of these criteria apply. All right. Let's see who we else got here. Boom. Another couple of new characters on these YouTube streets. I'm muted. Who's muted? Drop a one. Y'all can hear me? Can y'all hear me in the comments? All right. Thank you. There you go. See? There you go. Thank you, guys. All right, so a couple new characters in these YouTube streets here. These are the first time appearing in my show because I haven't really covered, their channels as much because they're still out here getting their weight up. She's trolling and hating on you. Oh, I got a troll in here. It's all right. I always got haters. It's okay. I'll get to him. I don't have no moderators right now. It's all right. So we have Shay, Trill Pill, and Candy right now. So Trill Pill, let's get him out the way. Trill Pill, I believe he showed up on the Polar King show. So that's a definitely connect right there to T3 the Polar Bear. He recently has, came out with his own channel on these YouTube streets. So he's definitely trying to get his weight up. He tries to stay out of the beef, but definitely his name has been thrown into these plays. After this episode, my name's gonna be thrown on a lot of plays too. So stay tuned. Don't worry about it. I think everybody out here has been thrown into a couple plays. And then we have Shay. The Empress Speaks. Shay, we know Shay from when she just popped up on T3 the Polar Bear's page and literally just came out of nowhere one day. I was like, oh, hey, it's Shay. And from there, she's gone on to create her own channel. She talks about, different news segments. She tries to stay out of the drama, but she got caught a couple times. She's been on It's the News a couple times in the war on the YouTube streets. So I see you out here, Shay. But definitely, if you look at the criteria that I'm using, we could say that her roots go back to the T3 Polar Bear sphere of influence. And then Candy. Candy, I believe, I think she started showing up a little bit more on Ratchet TV show. And then came over to the Polar Gang side. So hers is up in the air too. But we definitely recognize Candy a lot from, riding hard on the Polar Gang side. I remember she pulled up on a whole lot of woods that one day. I'll never forget that. A lot of her panel members are people, now she definitely rides with the Empire. So hers changes a lot. So I say it's up in the air with Candy as well. She fits some of the criteria from the Polar Bear sphere of influence, but she definitely, is branched out. And she's definitely showed up in the war on the YouTube streets. Let me get to some of these comments on the screen too. Like I said, it's my day too, y'all. It's my day too, y'all. I'm trying to get my shit together. Shay and Cool, the same, always on that drama shit. It's debatable. They have other topics too. Sometimes we just don't tune into those topics. All right. Let's see who's next on these characters. The Tree Puncher. I know you guys been waiting for this one right here. Cam talk too much. Now, this is a tricky one because if you ask him, he's going to say that he definitely got his own weight up. But if you look at the criteria and you run down the list, then I can say definitely part of the Polar Bear sphere of influence. Now, yes, he's definitely doing his own thing out here in his YouTube streets. He definitely is. But I recognize Cam. And when I first started tuning into Cam, it was because of the T3 Polar Bear show. And he actually, hit me behind the scenes right after that episode. We chopped it up just a little bit from there and out. But everything I've seen from Cam from there, he's definitely motivated and dedicated to getting his weight up. I mean, that's definitely 100% Cam's mission. He wants to be one of the biggest YouTubers on these YouTube streets. But with Cam, it seems like, some people have labeled him the black sheep of the Polar Gang. I think that was Book. Shout out Book. He said he was a black sheep of the Polar Gang. I just think that, it's easy to go against the grain. You know what I mean? It's easy to go against the grain sometimes. You know what I mean? Especially when you've always had to, fight and battle. And us as black men, I can say, we kind of have that pent up aggression. I mean, that's another reason why I featured Cam. Because, you see, whenever Cam showed up on the Polar Bear show, he popped off. No matter who it was, I think he got at somebody for rainwater. He was getting off on anybody out there in his YouTube streets. And it comes from, kind of our upbringing. You know what I mean? In America, as black men, there's a lot that we go through. And it's, like I said, it's hard for me to, because I want to say it correctly. Especially like, speaking for myself, because a lot of people are going to say that, T3's your father, things like that. He's sunning people out here, but it's a respect that has to be paid regardless at the end of the day. You know what I mean? Because you got to know that you came, your influence, your audience came from somewhere. He said, Cam is a phony and a fraud. Stop it. Well, now, I don't know. I'm not behind the scenes at all. I'm not behind the scenes, and I don't want to comment on that. See, I'm staying neutral on that. Cam is a young man trying to get his way up in the YouTube streets, but he definitely came from the polar bear spirit influence. Now, the conversation we have to have there with Cam is that it's not just Cam. A lot of people from that we talked about previously, they seem to have this vendetta against T3 the polar bear. And then that's kind of what I get to too. But I'll talk about that more when people come up on the panel, because I don't want to be talking about people. But I'm trying to understand where the hate comes from. I mean, when you search his name, people, he got exposed. Here's his personal information. People calling his family, things like that and the other. But when you know, the support and the love that he's given out, to me, I would say overshadows people's perception about him. Because at the end of the day, those are just things that people think about him, not necessarily what he's done to people. Now, I know he's gone at it with certain people, and I'm definitely not speaking for those people. When you go to war, you go to war. But sometimes I'm like, I don't understand. I don't understand why it's such a hate. You know what I mean? And why they're really trying to take him out of the game. And when it comes to the audiences, the subscribers don't realize how big of a part they play. There's times where I've seen people who are going at Polar Bear, and Polar Gang members over there, they support and they definitely have love for Polar. But then sometimes you see the same subscribers kind of egging on the beef on the other side. So you start to think, is it more of a misunderstanding gone wrong and exaggerated from the subscribers? Because the subscribers definitely want to see the drama. They're in people's streams that are literally streaming your favorite blogger streams. Now, if you don't realize that that's taking away views from your favorite blogger, then sometimes that's when people don't realize that they are pawns in a bigger scheme. And that's why I say, right in front of our face, there low-key has been a war on T3 the polar bear. And a lot of people involved are his subscribers. They're not necessarily going at him as much anymore, but it's been a divide and conquer strategy off his subscribers. And like I said earlier, I'm not sure if I was on mute, but it's all for, to get to that 1,000. Like, it's to get to that 1,000 to get monetized. But in reality, like, there's not a lot of money on these YouTube checks. So we're all fighting and we're clawing for scraps. Less money than you would get working a regular job. Like I said, it's that crabs in a barrel mentality. And I don't want to just come on here and live and say that I'm bashing one another, but this is something that we definitely need to talk about. Some people don't want to talk about. Like, essentially, they're trying to turn his subscribers against him with a divide and conquer strategy. Have you not realized the amount of bloggers that go live sometimes when he's live? Now, that's part of the play. And a lot of people don't realize that they're just pawns in this play. But I'm watching close. And this is a big reason why I don't pop out of these bushes, because 9 times out of 10, people are trying to run plays on me. People send me certain videos. Hey, look at this, look at that. They're trying to get me to sway the narrative. But when they realize that I only cover stuff that I want to cover, then, they kind of back off. Because 9 times out of 10, I'm not trying to be involved in the play. And when things, when I see, there's a lot of videos that I didn't put out because it went too far. You know what I mean? People were putting out personal information. It was taking it off of YouTube. And I'm not going to sit here and respect it. As a man, I'm not, people's kids, things like that. And I understand people have strong characters, but as a father, and like I say, as a father, you can't respect that as another man. So when I see clips and when I hear things like that, I do my best to, edit them out. But sometimes I just don't cover the whole storyline. So that's when you guys see me with gaps here and there. And when I drop a video or I say I'm going to work on this and things like that, is because, it gets depressing. And I'm gonna be honest here. During that, when they were going to war in these YouTube streets heavy, man, the stuff that was coming out, it was hard to take. It was a lot. Because it's like, damn, like, if they do it to them, of course they'll do it to you. And then put yourself in their shoes, essentially. Like, put yourself in their shoes. Like, can you imagine someone doing that to you? And like, where is the empathy? I'm seeing people in the chat egging it on, riling it up, keep going, say more, do this, etc., etc. I sound like his biggest supporter. I'm just telling it like it is, man. Like I said, if you Google his name, you'll see way more hate than you see love. And it's like, why? At the end of the day, his influence is there. If you look at the other bloggers, he has people that are under his influence that are monetized now and are getting views. And that's just the truth, essentially, even if they're going against him. So it's not necessarily that I'm looking like his biggest supporter. There's respect and there's homage. Yeah, I mean, there would be no ItzTheNews if it wasn't for his style of blogging. Yes, I know how to edit. I had a podcast on YouTube. That's where I was learning how to edit. But the way he looked at different angles, I mean, his influence was there regardless. Even on his peers, he has influence, whether they like to admit it or not. And you know, I mean, and that's what I'm talking about. And that's the reason why I did this show. Like I said, no one knew I was going to do this show. But like I said, it's just time to be honest, man. It's time to be honest in these YouTube streets. All right, we're going to continue on there. You know, haters going to hate. And the haters will love. And I learned that early in these YouTube streets, so I don't dwell on that. So let's continue on. Let me get back to my Shot of Shade PowerPoint presentation. All right. Now listen right here. These bloggers, for each one of these bloggers is up in the air because some of the criteria definitely fits them, but they don't necessarily come from under the polar influence. Like I said, one man band's been all around these YouTube streets. DJ's DJ. And I don't necessarily know the origin story for them, but a lot of the people on their panel, a lot of the people on their audience are Polar Gang members or former Polar Gang members. And that definitely fits the criteria of the polar sphere of influence and the play, essentially the play. And when we talk about the play, I've spoken on it a little bit. It's the divide and conquer. Not everybody went to every content creator, but a little bit went everywhere. How do we expect him to be, going live as many times, as he used to be, as if everybody's everywhere? And then, there's a defector here, there's a defector there. And I know it's not intentional. And some people are just like, oh, I'm going over here because he's not doing this or he's not doing that. But sometimes you got to step back and look at the bigger picture. The hate is a love, but when you're trying to destroy, like, striking channels and taking people completely out of the game, like, it's YouTube. Like, this is entertainment. We log on here for entertainment. We can easily log on to Netflix. We can watch the Squid Games. We can do other things. We log on here for entertainment. So when it gets to the point where people are trying to destroy other channels, it's time to sit back and just tell the truth. It's easy to get on YouTube and lie. I could have made F Polar Bear as the title, went in, made a whole bunch of lies up, this, that, and the other, say he's running every single play. Probably got way more views than I did now. But at the same time, it's time, that's not the truth. That's not what really happened at all. The truth is he helped a lot of bloggers, whether they like to admit it or not. They got monetized or they're getting views. You know what I mean? Room Shaker's not monetized yet, and damn, she does some views. You know what I mean? She does a lot of views. And like I said, she I think she came from Duke Pharaoh, some other places. But she's with our Empire as well. They named her that name. But like I said, a lot of people on the panel, a lot of people in the audience are familiar names. And the other bloggers, like I said, they're very protective of their game because they understand this play right here. They understand the more you share love, the more potential it is for people to essentially, some people call it snaking you. But a lot of people don't realize how messy they're being, and they don't understand what they're doing and the impact it has on others, essentially. And that's what I'm trying to bring to light. So some people call it a play. Sometimes it is a play. Sometimes there is somebody behind the scenes manipulating things. But sometimes it's just they're trying to get their weight up, or they're being used by somebody else, or they don't understand that what they're doing impacts others in this around them or in the sector. And like I said, it's time to talk about it. It's time for me to pop my shit, give my opinion. I'm coming out the bushes, y'all, out these YouTube streets. You know what I mean? I'm not here to take up too much time of you guys, but I'm here to, let you guys know that I've been paying attention. I watch real close. You know what I mean? If you're part of News Nation, then you know to watch close. Hold on one second. I think I got another slide. Look, I'm really on my Shot of Shade today, messing up on my PowerPoint. Salute, Shot of Shade. Oh, yeah, I talked about it right here. Here we go. Divide and conquer. This is the play. So if anybody asks, what's the play going on with Polar Bear? And from my perspective, this is just my opinion. The play is divide and conquer. This man's, fought for his platform like hell the last month and a half. And, he's still fighting. He's not even on his main platform anymore. He is fighting from a backup page. You know what I mean? And we got people just ushering his audience here, ushering his audience there, et cetera, not realizing the impact they're doing. But polar bear's persistence, and I talked about this on someone else's panel. Whenever he gets back into a corner, you're just going to see him evolve into something else. And so that's why, it's time for me to, to do this and just give him his proper respects. It's here. There, yep, salute. I made It's the News. DJ, you've been all on It's the News. All them damn plays you've been running. Salute, DJ, though. You keep the sector turned up always. Exactly. And this is kind of what I'm getting to right here, Portiana. Dumbest play ever, because there's a billion people on YouTube. I look at it all the time. Just search. Just look at it. Cat videos. Any content you're looking at right there. There'll be 4, 5, 6, 1,000 people in the chat. And we are scratching and fighting over a couple hundred, a couple thousand, maybe 8,000 of viewers. There's way more out there in the YouTube streets. I think it's time for us to, to get to our content, to level up. We're all going to have our moments because we're people, you know what I'm saying? And, that's when the war in the YouTube streets happens. But I'd love to elevate my show to just covering the news on you guys. Hey, it ain't always going to be about drama. What's going on this channel? What's going on this channel? Every once in a while, some fuck shit happen. Hey, it happens. But it gets draining if all you're going to cover is the drama, talking about people's kids, talking about this, that, and the other. And, we got a glimpse of what's going on in these other sectors on the YouTube streets, and we are far from the worst. We are far from the worst. But do we want to see ourselves going down that road? Or is it time to get our shit together? And that's just me from the outside looking in. You know what I mean? From the outside looking in. Because I've been in these bushes, and you notice the time I went to the bushes when the shit was getting hectic the most. And that's the thing. A lot of people, like I said, they're scared to speak out. Like I said, the more vocal people that came from Polar's platform don't really ride or aren't really Polar gang anymore, so they don't speak out. And a lot of people that do support them are more soft-spoken. They're introverts. But it's time to pop my shit. I'm very knowledgeable what's going on here in these YouTube streets, so it's time to pop my shit and pull up on these panels and actually support you guys. You know what I mean? Because I can provide a lot of perspective. You know what I mean? As a father, you know what I mean? There's a lot of things I can speak about as a content creator, as someone in the bushes in the YouTube streets. It's time to show more support and stop trying to take each other down. I hear people say all the time, I'm gonna strike your channel. I'm gonna strike this. I'm gonna strike that. I'm gonna strike this. Like, that's just we say that hate's the love, but damn, sometimes the hate is the hate. Like, they'll send people to strike just to strike. Like, how about, hit them up, have a conversation. What's going on? Who did Polar get his influence from? Star. If you're from Polar Gang, then Star. But you got to be Polar Gang to know that. So, all right, I'm gonna go ahead and drop the link. All I ask is that we're not gonna be here all day, because I'm not one of the ones that sit on live all day. But if you want to join the live stream and you have an opinion, just be respectful. We're not here to bash nobody. If you want to bash somebody, go to your platform, hit the live button, do you. We're here to have a conversation and get your point off. If you don't agree, tell me why you don't agree. You know what I mean? If you're here to show homage and respect, go ahead, do that. So let me get together and drop this link. In the meantime, though, let me play my song, because I do have a song. And I got merch coming out, y'all. I almost forgot. I got merch. And it's ready to go. But I'll play that after we have our open panel. Right there. Tearing other black men down. They be wilding. Exactly. Oh, and another thing, too. What's up with all this light skin hate? Man. I'm light skinned AF. That's another reason I turn on my screen. I'm pink and all type of shit. I am just a light-skinned nigga in these streets. Dang. Trust me, the police don't ask me how black I am. They don't even care. All right. I'm a rookie, y'all. Let me get this link. 1 second. Thank you. My only goal was to be better than Shot of Shade. No shade. So, As long as I accomplished that, then it was a good live stream. All right, I'm gonna drop the link and let me go ahead and pin it. So like I said, if you're gonna come up, just be respectful. If you have some questions for me, go ahead, get your shit off. We're not gonna, tear down nobody on the live stream. But if you have questions, go ahead and ask. And if they're not up there, like I said, save it for a time you can talk to them in person. Let me end my presentation. Let me put up a better background. See, I got stuff. My live stream's cracking. I got a little thing here and there. Matter of fact, while we wait for someone to call in, let's play my song, because I got a song too. You know what I'm saying? He's not the only one that raps. We got other rappers in the sector. We got BFH. We got Big Book. We got Mahaya. And then boom, it's the news. So let's spin the band on one of my own songs.
Yeah, it's your boy, King G.
Put me in the hood, surround me by the ops. I will not snitch the cops to the cops. Talk of that shit, boy, I shoot all my shots. Bop, 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 and them bodies gon' drop. No pussy, boy, do not fuck with me. You fuck with bum bitches, don't fuck with me. I'm MVP and you not in my league. We used to be friends, now we enemies. Put me in the hood, surround me by the ops. I will not snitch the cops to the cops. Talk of that shit, boy, I shoot all my shots. Bop, 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 and them bodies gon' drop. No pussy, boy, do not fuck with me. You fuck with bum bitches, don't fuck with me. I'm MVP and you not in my league. We used to be friends, now we enemies. We used to be friends, now we enemies. I used to treat you like you kin to me. Now I don't fuck with your energy. When I say fuck you, I mean that shit literally. It used to be bros before hoes. Now I'm all about stacking my dough. And it's still motherfuck all these hoes. Now it's just motherfuck all my bros, and I did it alone. Never for bitches I bone. Salute to my ops tryna get at my throne. All that fuckery I cannot condone. That bitch is a dog, I just tossed her a bone. And kick that bitch right up out my window. Tell that bitch ET she need to phone home. That rabbit hole's deep, just how deep does it go? Was done in the dark while I always get exposed. Put me in the hood, surround me by the ops. I will not snitch the cops to the cops. Talk of that shit, boy, I shoot all my shots. Bop, 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 and them bodies gon' drop. No pussy, boy, do not fuck with me. You fuck with bum bitches, don't fuck with me. I'm MVP and you not in my league. We used to be friends, now we enemies. Put me in the hood, surround me by the ops. I will not snitch the cops to the cops. Talk of that shit, boy, I shoot all my shots. Bop, 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 and them bodies gon' drop. No pussy, boy, do not fuck with me. You fuck with bum bitches, don't fuck with me. I'm MVP and you not in my league. We used to be friends, now we enemies. Ops. All right, y'all. Seems like we got someone up here real quick, but let's just make sure they're not a troll.
Hell no, I ain't no troll.
Hey.
What's up?
All
What's
right.
up? Salute. That's your rap music?
Yeah, some of my old stuff. 2019, you know what I'm saying? I've been
Man, I see you getting it in.
Appreciate you.
Hey man, that's crazy. I seen Polar say, don't let, basically trying to direct you already, talking about don't argue with Ocean Roof. Don't let him up there to argue. See, that's the problem right there. This is he can't tell you to do nothing on your show. I've never spoke to you. I've never, I like your show. I really like how you hold it down, and I mean, hopefully you don't get that over all that over here on your shit. But all I gotta say is, yes, Polar, he's a good. He'll help you out, and he'll do all, but he wants you to hold his sack, sort of kind of, and you know what I'm saying. Everything is. Why are you coming over here trying to divide us? Why I'm trying to divide? This is not Gilligan's Island. This is not Survivor Island. I don't know y'all. I'm not trying to split nothing up. I don't care what you got going on. But once you say, bitch, nigga, excuse me, once you start cussing and start talking crazy, like I of I've never disrespected him until he disrespected me. And I always told him, man, stop saying that to me. Stop inviting people to your private parts. I used to talk to him like that, but he don't understand that. He don't like that.
Okay.
He said, don't let.
Hey, but
I have a question for you, real quick though. I have a question for you though, real quick. One second, 713. I got you. Now, I've been on a lot of platforms. I've showed up on what So Plays, Sko, Ratchet TVs. I have not shown up on T3 the Polar Bear's platform because I know that T3 the Polar Bear is the home of the trolls. Things go on a little different when you step on T3's islands, and you got to be prepared for that. So one reason is because he does come on kind of late. I do be asleep. I'll be editing. But another reason is you got to kind of expect that when you go over there, it's a little feisty. It's a little spicy over there. You got to be able to hang in the paint. You got to be able to hang with the trolls. You know what I mean? So
He can't. Okay.
do you look at that perspective a little bit? You know what I mean? When you go over there, and then welcome 713 and DJ. Go ahead. You guys are
so Ocean, don't you make videos about them, right?
Hey, now I'm gonna answer your question, and then
yes or no?
you
yes
go.
Or no?
Yes.
Okay, so why should he respect you if you're making videos about him?
Okay, now can I tell you?
He doing his thing too, though. He doing his thing. What I'm saying, Ocean.
Salute, William.
You doing your thing.
All I'm doing is making,
baby boy.
All I'm doing is making basically people see what they do. I'm not judging nobody. All I do is put what they already got out there and put it out there and try to make somebody laugh for them. I'm not trying to be against nobody, put nobody information out there, calling the police 3 times. It's never that serious. I'm 46.
Okay, so
it's never that serious.
So why won't you just build off your own stuff instead of taking off
Let me ask you something.
What the fuck you do, nigga?
One at a time. One at a time.
Yep, so we can hear this.
Who asked the question? I'm gonna ask you.
I said, why won't you build off your own stuff? Because you've been on YouTube for probably a long time, and you haven't got your 1,000 subs yet either. So what are you doing? Nobody wants to go to your channel because you being messy.
Listen to her. Okay, can I reply?
Go ahead, Roof. Ocean Roof.
I don't understand the term messy. I thought the women be slanging that word, but
shade, no shade.
How did Polar produce? Hey, I watched Polar from the beginning. I watched Polar when Polar first did his second live with that pink hat on, and he was sweating to death. I was in there when he was nervous, trying to figure it out. He said he was sweating. He had the corona, all that shit. I was there from the beginning. So everything I watched him do, he got it from somebody else. He got his name from putting other people's information out there. That's what we all
Actually, he got his name.
Hold on.
Let him finish.
Go ahead, Rosh.
We actually, I learned from this dude right here. The dude that's hosting the show. I learned a lot from Polar. I swear to God, I learned and give homage to Polar. I don't got no ill. I swear I don't have any ill feelings towards Polar. Not one bit. Not one bit. Because I don't know him like that. But what I do like is respect.
Okay, like I say.
So your beef with him, real quick, is just you feel like you and him personally lost some respect. So for you, you got it's a little bit up there sometimes.
Hey, can I say something?
If he asked
something.
After you answer this, I got you, William. Yeah.
Polar will actually if you get on the stage with Polar and you already been on the stage with Polar, and Polar say some shit like, okay, what about when you was in prison? Remember you was doing some gay stuff? He'll say something like that to build it. I know, but so when I troll, when I say shut up, little girl, or say something like that, he blocks me. He just blocked me for trolling him. You can't troll it. I'm trolling harder than you. He don't like me calling because I can get under his skin, but I don't try to do that.
Okay, now
it's his page
on that one. Exactly, it's his page, and there's times where I think I'm gonna get blocked. You know what I mean? Sometimes you get put in time.
I don't care if he blocked me. I don't care if he blocked. I just put up a video
But
that's
he
almost at
he,
Hey, but
he
1,000.
want to talk to your motherfucking
Hey,
ass
man.
at all.
All right.
You got
All
this
right.
little
Let's go to
nigga
the room.
crying.
William, you've been wanting to speak. Go
I'm
ahead, William.
gonna say my last little thoughts and then I'm gonna get off. And then,
Oh, 713. Yeah. Go ahead, 713.
So
No,
okay.
man, let me talk, man. You always
All right,
run
hey,
your
bro, now hold on.
motherfucking mouth about something.
Hey man,
All right,
hey, man,
hold on one
hey,
second.
put that dude on mute, man. All he gonna
I
do is
got you.
cuss
Go
and
ahead.
stuff. So
Man,
like I say, everybody.
that ain't all I'm gonna do is cuss, man.
1 second,
We
sir.
we hear you all month.
All right. One more time, you're gonna be backstage. I'll give you time to talk. 1 second. I can't hear him.
So like you say, everybody came from the MO3 sector. Everybody came from Skull, Ratchet, Polar, all that. So everybody end up coming to Polar's page. That's how everything got. He put Cam, Mahaya, and BFH out. So they kind of blew up. Then the women start opening and getting themselves pages. And it's like as soon as the women start getting pages, everything just blew up and got messy. Nobody's and the crazy part, none of them getting paid for it, to be screaming and hollering at each other, talking about each other. It's stupid.
True. I agree. I mean, like I said, sometimes like Ocean Ruth can say, sometimes we feel disrespected, and when you feel disrespected, sometimes it's up. But at the end of the day, when do we put the differences aside and be like, all right, call me a bitch ass nigga? Like, I know I'm not a bitch ass nigga, so I can move past this situation. Like, or is it just forever? Every time I see you on the internet, like, just because you call me that, it's a wrap. Like, you can choose to ignore energies, and especially the YouTube algorithm. You can just
like I said, I don't say
out my channel.
He didn't create. I mean, he didn't create this. He didn't create this drama that's going on. I mean, everybody came from Polar channel, but all this drama that's going on now, that should have nothing to do with him. Because it's basically the people spinning off on making their own plays, their own drama. So I don't think he got, like, I'm not behind the scenes, so I don't think he got nothing to do with it. If he do, that's on him. But I don't see him doing nothing, because I don't even see the issues that's happening. It's better that they barely talk about him. So I don't see nothing. I just think it's women that's trying to get their weight up, and they hating on each other.
It's not always the women too, because trust me, the men can get as messy. Oh, it's still on mute there. Go ahead.
I mean,
the men can get as messy as well.
I just want to say one thing, dog. I'm tired of this group. He been talking for 2-3 days.
And this, I'm gonna keep talking.
Motherfucking
clown.
Hey, can I just say something?
Hey.
I mean, why y'all interrupting?
Hey, in this group, it's only one man that's in the little mess with the women. So that's the only problem. You don't see BFH and really them starting no drama.
True, but sometimes it's what we allow on our platforms that can cause issues. So sometimes you got to be mindful of that. So what you allow on your platform, like I said, it's okay to get your shit off, get to your point. But if you're just going 2 or 3 days and we ain't got to a resolution, what's the point?
Go ahead, drunk.
Go ahead. Go ahead, William. Get your shit off.
Like I said, we already been listening to you for 3-4 days already. Goddamn. The only thing I wanted to say is, shit, Ocean Root. I mean, I can sit up here and say I'm taking his side, but he got a foul ass mouth. But he be speaking the truth. If y'all need anything, he come and try to help y'all out on y'all platforms. If y'all need anything, but when he try to come up and talk, y'all act like he ain't got no fucking talent. That's my fucking whole argument about the whole shit. Because y'all treat Ocean Root like this and like that. You know what I mean? Okay. And he fuck with y'all niggas. But y'all try to block him. But let me break this down, and I'm gonna sit back for a minute and listen to the news, what he got to say. MSB took the mask off of Polar's motherfucking ass. Ain't nobody talking about that.
I mean, because at the end of the day,
okay, he took the mask off of him. He took the mask off of nigga, and that's okay. And we still fuck with Polar Bear. You know what I mean? But why is niggas acting like bitches for? And blocking niggas and talking niggas just lab on that for a minute. And I ain't done, but I go back.
All right, appreciate you for coming up.
News.
Of course. Thank you for coming up and giving your perspective.
Hey, fuck that little nigga. That drunk ass little nigga. Hey, y'all. It's the world famous DJ fucking Sue Me, y'all. I mean, it's the news again. Hey, y'all, shout out to It's the News. Hit that motherfucker like button. Hit that motherfucker subscribe button.
Appreciate you, man.
Like that.
And we got the man of the hour himself, Big Doug Polar Bear. Welcome to It's the News.
Salute, Paul.
What's up? Hey, what's up? It's the news.
What's
Hey,
up, man?
appreciate you doing this because a lot of people act like, well, you know what I'm saying? They know what's going on, but a lot of people not gonna say nothing because you know what I'm saying? That I'm saying, look, you know what I'm saying? It for some reason everybody got you know what I'm saying, interest in whatever somebody else doing. You know what I'm saying? I don't co-sign none of this shit that's going on up under my name, up under this T3 sector or whatever this shit is. You know what I'm saying? Which I thought you was gonna do something different. So I apologize to you, It's the News, for saying what I said in the beginning, which I should have just sat back and waited and listened.
Man, no worries, man. It's been a lot of hate coming your way. I understand. I'd be
Salute,
paranoid.
salute, man. You know what I'm saying? But people like Ocean Ruth, you know what I'm saying? His whole content is about trying to, you know what I'm saying, tear me down. So I don't listen to nothing, you know what I'm saying, nothing that he has to say about nothing. But all these other pages, you know what I'm saying, salute to y'all, but you know what I'm saying, all that lying, all the other stuff, you know what I'm saying, I want, you know what I'm saying, it has nothing to do with me. You know what I'm saying? And to be honest, man, you know what I'm saying, I worked too hard to have my name attached to a lot of stuff that's going on out here because I had nothing to do with it, man. You know what I'm saying? I got nothing to do with it. And it's most definitely a divide and conquer. A lot of people don't see it, or they don't want to admit that they're seeing that. You know what I'm saying? But it's most definitely that. You know what I'm saying? So people will go live when people will go live when I'm live. You know what I'm saying? People will do the exact same thing that I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? Why are you reporting the news, Thug? You know what I'm saying? For what, man? You know what I'm saying? Go back to doing what you was doing, man. You know what I'm saying? y'all saying y'all try something from doing that. All right, well, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna start rapping then. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna make some rap songs. You know what I'm saying? Man, you know what I'm saying? Hey, I salute to everybody. I salute to everybody that I've influenced and stuff like that. But look, man, you know what I'm saying? I work too hard to have my name attached to all this old fairy tale, being all in these women's business. You know what I'm saying? Every day coming at some girl over here or some girl over there. I don't do that, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't do that. You know what I mean? So hey, salute, it's the news, man. Hey, I really appreciate you for doing this, man. Real talk, man. You know what I'm saying?
Of course, man. I appreciate you, man. I appreciate your influence. I mean,
salute, man.
Hey, but y'all, I influence Polar too.
Man, hey, it's the news. I'm gone, man. Salute, man.
All right, then salute, big Polar. Hold it down, do your thing. See, and I'm glad he was able to come up here and and just get his shit off, say his side, like I said. No plays involved. He had no clue what the episode was gonna be about. It's just time to tell the truth, man. I'm sitting back in these bushes for too long. I seen a lot of bullshit, and like I said, 9 times out of 10, they don't even realize it's bullshit. What's up?
What's Ocean Roof's talent, man? What's your talent, Ocean Roof? What you do?
Man,
besides lay on your stomach and clap your feet together during interviews.
All he do is hate on everybody, man. That's all he do.
That's all he do. He lay on his fat ass stomach and clap his ankles together during live and talk crazy to people. You ain't got no value to nothing, dude. You weird.
He been around. He been around the beginning of MO3 Sector and still ain't got no 1,000 subs.
He ain't gonna get none neither because don't nobody want to see the beach well look. Like, get the hell out of here. You be digging in your nose.
What? All right, now it seems like everybody got a little thing.
Can you get some control? Can you get some control?
I gotta let him get that shit off right
now.
now.
Get some control. Get some control. They must be part of the crew.
He funny.
I'll get it. What advice do we have
need to focus on his shit?
I'm trying to see why 2 people talking at the same time. What, they tag team buddies? What, they got grease and Vaseline? Y'all got big grease and Vaseline? Y'all the tag team? Y'all yin yang?
All right, hold on one
we just want here hanging together. That's all.
This is how we're gonna do it. We're actually gonna ask him a question. All right, what can he do better to improve his content? And then we're gonna let you guys go because we're not talking about Ocean Roof right now. So it seems like he's looking for advice. I mean, he wants to get more people subscribers. He seems like he has a lot of haters. So let's give him some advice. What can he do to get his weight up? I mean, I know he does edited videos. I mean, so let's talk about it.
He needs to go when he go on them panels. be part of the panel. Don't be the messy part or the goofy part of the panel, man. Add some value. Ask people to subscribe to you. You know, don't come out with the clout chasing stuff you're always doing, man.
Okay, so you want to know more about his actual perspective because he does have some insights sometimes. He does have some insights, but it is kind of hid behind his showmanship. How he
sometimes
this is my
sometimes he has good points, but sometimes he makes something look like a damn clown sometimes.
This is my perspective right here. What we doing right here? Two men coming to run for another. It's just crazy to me, but I know it's entertainment. Two men say, "Man, ooh, what you ooh on another man?" I'm like, "Damn!" But this is the internet. I don't get that. But y'all the millennials.
That's exactly what you do.
All right, one at a time.
Y'all are my content. Y'all are my content. Just like Polar got content from Texas. That's how he came up. I watched all his shit. I know how he came up. Oh, do some content, Terrence. How you gonna tell me to get some content and you talking about two people for 3 months to get a check? That y'all don't make sense. Y'all don't make, man, suck a dick.
All right.
See, here we go. This is my thing, man. When Texas is on the panel, I already know he gonna talk about what's going on. He gonna give his insight. You can laugh and joke. When I see DJ on there, it's the same thing. When you see Ocean Roof coming there, he comes on and all he wants is all attention on him. It ain't got nothing to do with the subjects, the topic. It's just, whoa, look at me. And then he cry about situations. Like, come on, man. We all got roles to play and everybody do what they do and support each other. But what can I support if only thing you're doing is trying to tear down everybody? What can I support?
True. Absolutely. Like I said, sometimes, like I said, the way he presents his message, sometimes, we miss the message behind what he's actually doing.
Though? What's his message?
Exactly. Like I said, we miss his point of his message because he didn't convey it in a way that we'll consume it, essentially. So I said part of what Ocean Ruth is he's misunderstood, but a lot of us are. You know what I mean? But like I said, when he's going so against the grain, it's easy. Like he said, it's easy to be attacked. He came up in here and now there's two people going at him. So that's why he fell back up in that corner. But we're gonna let him. We're gonna be off Ocean for a minute.
Okay, so
it wasn't about.
So
him.
what's your take on all these other platforms right now, but without Polar involved? What's your other what's your thoughts about these other platforms?
My take is that it's time to level up. It's time to level up. There's plenty of eyes out here in these YouTube streets. The only one that, if you notice, the reason I focused on our drama, and if you notice, my views have been down. It's because the sectors that I'm covering are smaller. They haven't branched out yet. There's a lot of branching out that each one of these content creators can do and bring in their own views. Like I said, Cam is the boxing insider. He can bring that perspective to his platform. Some of the women, there's a lot of things that women do as mothers that are unique to them in their journeys through life. They can start talking about those things, making them more relatable to the panel. Like I said, there's fuck shit every once in a while, and we can definitely talk about fuck shit every once in a while. But every day, all day, it gets draining for not just the people who created the content, but for the consumers. He said, "It's the news." Don't have been cussing this video.
And that's what I say. That's the main problem. Like, it's too much drama. It's like you go a whole week talking about the same thing instead of just be like, man, today I'm gonna talk about women's rights or something or black people, Black Lives Matter, anything. Every day it's the same thing. Talking about plays.
Exactly. We're tired of the plays, and we ain't in the group chats and stuff like that, so we don't even know half of what's going on. And if you miss a day, then there's 3 plays you done missed. And 5 new storylines and new characters getting unlocked. I went to a whole new sector. Not too long ago. It just moves so quick. And if you notice, I can't get videos out as quick as the drama's coming in. And that's another reason why I'm not always in all the chats. Is because sometimes when I get into a chat, then the actors start coming out and they start playing up for the camera. And and that's not necessarily what I'm here for. I'm here to bring awareness, but the awareness can be good and bad. It's whatever the audience makes it. We can have some good debates about some of the things.
And just imagine.
Yeah.
Imagine when they get monetized, it's gonna be even worse.
Facts. Half of my content's not even monetizable because, like you said, people be going off in my videos. I don't do this for the money. I do it for the entertainment.
Maybe you can help me with
message. Go ahead. What was that?
It's one blogger I seem to watch, and all I watch is him talk about putting bags on people's head. He gonna get this person killed, that person killed. How was that even allowed on any social media or anything? And how was that allowed?
That it's because it's because we think we're a huge sector, but in reality of all the YouTube, we're small, and a lot of things.
Oh no, we know that. We come from. I'm saying, but still threatening lives all day. I'm gonna drop a bag. I can't wait to get this person killed.
True.
How can you sit back and just lie all day from the comfort of your home, and you ain't even in the city or the state of the people that you're trying to get something done to? How does that work?
True. But it's hard to answer that because if you even think about places like Chicago. Chicago has a lot of the rappers and a lot of the music in Chicago will tell you exactly what happened to who, how many bodies, et cetera, et cetera. And yet they're at your show, they're here, then there. There's been no police reports. So I think that's a bigger issue that we have. Like, why is it that?
But that's completely different. That's completely different. I'm saying somebody
even on YouTube.
See, the problem is like, okay, it's one content creator. We all know who he is. Go by the Rat.
Okay. Yeah.
He basically it's a conspiracy channel. So
yes.
a lot of people like that. MHB, he's about drama. People like that. So people gonna tune into that drama so that they like that stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess that's a simple way to put it.
That's what it is.
True, but he's saying why is it allowed? And that like I said, because at the same time, I think it was talked about on another platform. I believe Patricia brought it up. She said that it's because they still bring in ad revenue, and because we're tuning in. So it's saying why is it allowed? Is because YouTube, they're not necessarily looking out for the best of our well-being.
If I threaten to put $20,000 on your head, that is a criminal act, bro. It's
100%.
not.
100%.
It's period. Texas. If I said I'm gonna put 30 bands on your head and go live with it all day, every day, is that not a?
But see, he's not a big time person.
It's a crime.
He's not a big time person, so people like it ain't just how many YouTube channels out there in the world it is that they
probably but I'm saying you're on a big time name though. He's Kwame right now,
and he's always saying allegedly. So that's what saves him.
Yeah, but allegedly don't save you. Allegedly only works if something's already out there in the atmosphere. You can't make up what you're alleging and then say allegedly. That's not how it works.
True.
I can't say Texas 718 is a molester, allegedly, when I'm the one that alleged you was a molester.
Hey.
True, with the false accusations and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's slander. That's slander. That
true.
You can't hide behind YouTube with that. Talk about sue YouTube. No, you said that, not YouTube.
But then we also know that the money's in the courts too. To sue somebody, that takes money and financial resources and things like that as well. So it's all a system. It's all in the system. And this right here is a great topic to talk about on someone's panel. I mean, and this is where I believe that this sector can go. I mean, it doesn't always have to be getting into the fuck shit and the drama. Let's talk about it. What's really going on in this world? How can we impact it, and make change?
Yeah, because we got, like I say, in the world, we got. I mean, it's cool. It's cool to do all the fuck shit. Like I say, I troll hard a lot, but when it's real topics involved, I'll get involved with that. You know what I mean? But every day you talking about the same play, drama, screaming at each other, going to panel. If I remember one Sunday, it was 4. I woke up at like 10 o'clock in the morning. They were arguing. I watched football the whole day, and they still talk about this shit at 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock at night.
Same live stream too. Be on the same live stream. 4
or 5 different panels. They were arguing about the same thing. That shit crazy.
True, yeah, but at the same time, we tuned in. We were there in the morning, and then we tuned back in the afternoon. So we part of the problem. I mean, they think that they're doing it for us, and here's where they call it the play. All right, tomorrow we're gonna do the same thing, and we'll schedule it 5 o'clock. Like, it's hard for me to schedule being mad at somebody. That's why I don't understand. I'm like, all right, tomorrow at 6 o'clock. It's going down. Like, I can't keep that energy.
I ain't never seen so many plays ran and ain't nobody scored yet.
Facts. That's what I'm saying. Let me get out here and run a play. This is how we do it. Let me run a play.
And I watch people run plays on they self. I watch somebody run a play on they self. Like,
the crazy part is they run plays on the same subscribers that go to each page. So you basically doing it to the same people. It ain't like you get new people.
Yep, crabs in a barrel. Absolutely. I recognize a lot of the names in all these chats. You know what I mean? It's the same names over and over again. And then they're like, come over here, come over there, come over here. Things like that. It's like, why are we fighting over the same names instead of branching out and growing?
Because like I say, I like the way Mahead does his stuff.
On some real shit.
It's no drama. It's you wake up in the morning, it's calm. He break the news down. I mean, he might get his fuck shit hour in, but he kind of cut that down a little bit, and he got people stop cursing so much on his show. He got nice moves.
Checks go away. There's no money behind it.
Okay, look, what Polar said. Now that the mask is off, why your mask still on? I thought that was a big thing, right? Yeah, he got his mask on. He got his mask on.
Man ain't got no teeth.
Oh, we know he ain't got no teeth, but say that. Quit talking about other people. Quit talking about all this money you got, and then your tongue can hang straight out your mouth with your mouth closed. Like, come on, man. Let's keep it consistent. Like, I watched them go at him, bro. When we be on Polar, Polar let you be on this panel, get your shit off. He could take it, give it. You go to somebody else's panel, and it's all about pack it up or FUB. Yeah. All the girls in the panel was my women. Y'all can't talk to the people in the chat.
Hey, I seen that.
And those are some of the biggest platforms too. Sometimes you be like, "Dang, how you have most of the followers? It's crazy."
This dude say, "Nah, if I see a dude trying to holler at a girl in my chat, I'm kicking you out." Like, man, these dudes is crazy, man.
Bro, I'm talking about so crazy. Like, I think that's why we tune in. Cause I'm like, what dumb? Like, I'm talking about.
That's
I see
exactly
people accusing people of raping their kids. Like, you. Oh, this man raped his child last night, allegedly. What are you talking about? Oh, my man's ran up on him last night and had him running through the mall. Man, the person you talk about is 6'11", and he's known for putting his hands on people. But your people chased him through the mall last night, allegedly.
That's why I say I like Polo channel, because Polo he'll let you come in there. I mean, he'll let you clown him. I mean, as long as you ain't too disrespectful, you know what I mean? He'll let you clown him a little bit.
Look how many platforms Polar helped build, bro. Look how many platforms Polar helped build.
And that's the point of the episode today. Like I said, and that's the point of today's episode, to show his influence. And like he came up here and said himself, it's not his intention. He's not running these plays. If he was running these plays, they wouldn't necessarily be ran against him. I mean, if you look at the bigger picture.
I don't even hear his name in it no more. So I know he not involved.
Nah, the other dude ran a whole week of Polar this week. It was Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. It was all Polar. Yeah, Polar this and Polar that. Like, bruh, Polar ain't said nothing else to you. His mask is off. Show us, get that hospital mask off your face, man, and show us, man, and quit hiding in your bed with half a pillow over your face.
See, all right, that's enough before you start popping up and you're gonna get the boogie monster on me.
I ain't worried about no boogie monster. I live out here in real alley. I live in real life.
Channel.
Yeah, you got it. He gonna try to strike his channel.
See, y'all let that happen. Y'all let that happen. Man, I live in real life, man. It's reality, man. I live off this right here.
All
Come
right,
on, man. See what happened to the bully in Dallas last week.
Absolutely. All right, so
I'm out of here, man. I'll let you. Good luck.
I'm gonna wrap it up anyway, too. You know, see if there's anybody who can do it from the after show. I know Patricia goes live at 7. But essentially, I just wanted to, to get this segment out because, like I said, a lot of people are afraid to speak highly of Polar because of what's going on or because his name's a highlight in the YouTube streets. But at the end of the day, I see his influence. I mean, I may make enemies because of this. At the end of the day, it is what it is. I have no alliances behind the scenes, and I'll always be able to speak my truth. I mean, regardless. Like I said, we're on YouTube. This is where I'm supposed to have my opinion. I know in a lot of my videos I play it down the middle. But, I'm a man, I'm a father. At the end of the day, I'm a black man. I'm in America. At the end of the day, I have a perspective and I have an opinion. And so it's time for me to come out these bushes and pop my shit. And as long as I'm telling the truth, then I'm going to stand on that shit as a man.
Yeah, like I said, I'm about to get off. But all I'm saying, just for all the people that do got channels and they grow on their channel, just get back to doing some content, man. You know what I mean? Not all this mess stuff. Because it's half that time you ain't going to see none of these people in life. So what you arguing with somebody you'll never see. But this was a good show, man. You need to do more. You need to do more of it, though.
I'm still getting comfortable. But when I find a good topic like this, I'll pop out the bushes. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna start popping up with people's panel, interacting with you guys. You know what I mean? Now that you guys see a little bit of, how I am. So appreciate you for coming out to the show.
All right,
DJ,
bro.
I know you ain't really say nothing. You got something to pop off real quick? Are you just
all right? 713. That's my niggas. Texas 713. Hey, y'all, it's the world famous DJ. Fuck you, sue me. I'm cloud chasing. On ItzTheNews show. Hey, hit that motherfucking like button, man.
Hey, DJ, you appreciate it too. We see you out there getting everybody's weight up on these YouTube streets. So, we appreciate, how you help and pop up and get channels popping in your own ways.
Good luck with your endeavor, man. Much respect.
Thank you. I appreciate you. And we have a special guest popping up here. And this is someone I actually wanted to talk to. So, the man of the hour. Cam talk too much. Salute. Talk too much. Thank you for coming to my platform.
Salute, fam. What's the deal, man? I
Gonna
just
be the
woke
last.
up.
No worries. Well, we were just here talking about all the people that Polar influenced. And when I got to you, I kind of fumbled the bag because it's harder to explain, your relationship with Teeter the Polar Bear, because when I met you, Polar Gang or no gang, you was it. He was the rider. And since that day, things have definitely changed on these YouTube streets. And I know that, everybody assumes plays this, plays that, but at the end of the day, only you and that man over there know your intentions on what you guys do. Everybody else is just a subscriber. It's just a perspective based on what we allegedly see. So I just wanted to make that known that based on the outside perspective, it appears that your weight did come, from the Polar section because you're recognized from his audience. And it's not to be disrespectful. It's just, to talk about my opinion on where these channels came from, because we're in the MO3 sector, but our sector of bloggers have nothing to do with MO3. We don't talk about him rarely, if at all, on our channel. So it's kind of opening, like, what do we call ourselves? What sector is this? We're not all from Dallas. Things like that. Polar Bear, lives in Kentucky. He's from Dallas. He has roots there. I've lived there before, but we're not from there. So we're not considered the Dallas bloggers. So it's just kind of to open up that discussion and talk about it, because a lot of people don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, I hear you. Yeah, I hear you. But chill. I don't know. I call this because I like when all the MO3 stuff was going down, I was interested, but I ain't just gonna lie. This ain't. I just call it the troll sector. When everybody asked me about it or what's the name, because I can't really, because they have a beef sector. I just found that sector. I'm gonna introduce y'all to that sector pretty soon too.
Oh, yeah.
It's an actual.
The last sector you're gonna introduce us to, man, bro. We still trying to clean up that drama, bro. You sure?
Nah, I'm gonna be honest with you though. I gotta be real. Oh, whatnot. It's a method to my madness. People saying plays and this and that. That should just, you know what I'm saying? If I could come in less than a week, really, like it took me 2 days. And that whole sector, you know what I'm saying? They had me mediating their issues. They was telling me everything that was going down. So if I'm that convincing, my influence and everything, stretches that far for me to stir up some shit within 2 days, you feel me? Then I guess it is what it is. But nah, you know what I'm saying? I don't take nothing away from nobody. It's people that put motherfuckers on. I ain't gonna take nothing away from nobody.
Yeah,
or whatnot. But shit, you already know what's going down right now. I'm just doing my own thing, building my platform, and shit. You know what I'm saying? Just getting my weight up.
Absolutely, and we talked about that a little bit too. We ready for that. We ready for the evolution, man. We ready for the evolution of all our platforms, man. You got a lot of content that you can talk about involves to boxing, and I know that it's something that you couldn't even get all your shit out this week. I know you got fights coming up this week that you couldn't even cover because these YouTube streets been so wild, and that's another thing we wanted to talk about. Like, it's time for us to kind of step out of the chaos and get into some what people call content. But it's crazy because everything people tune into is content, but sometimes it's just putting a little meat on your brain, essentially, is what they want.
And I'm gonna say this though, like I tell everybody else who make a statement similar to that, or make a general statement like that or whatnot. People not really interested in that right now. The one thing I'm not gonna do, I'm not gonna force something that people not interested in right now.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, this is the shit that's selling. You know what I'm saying?
So you kind of read the temperature of the room and provide based on that.
That's what I do. I hop in and see what's going on. So right now, the people, they not looking for you to drop no content. They want to know what your response is and what this and that is. Like, to be honest, I entertained it this week because, you know what I'm saying, it's my birthday week. I entertained it. But to be honest, I ain't entertaining that shit no more. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to get to it. I know tomorrow I'm going to make some of the fight predictions. I'm going to talk about the Bud Crawford-Sean Porter fight. I'm going to talk about the unification match between Michaela Mayer and them. And I'm going to talk about the Wilder Fury, the Tank Davis and Rolly Romero fight. Like, I'm going to talk about that, and I'm going to put some other topics in. But besides that, people ain't worried about that right now. It's the news. So I ain't even going, you know what I'm saying, stress pushing something when they really want to see something else.
Yeah,
But
I feel you. I feel you. We talked about that too, because they say subscribers is half the problems. Because like I said, they tune in to the drama as well. And if they did, trust me, if we was going at it all day and they didn't tune in, there was nobody in the chat. It shut that room up real quick. I know some people still go at it, but it kind of shut that room down real quick. And we got BFH in here, so let me acknowledge BFH. You go ahead and unmute your mic. There you go. Go ahead, BFH.
What's going on? It's the news.
But all right, it's news, man. I'm gone.
All right, then, Cam. What's up, BFH?
What's going on? It's the news.
Oh, chilling. You know, popping my shit a little bit. Just, telling the truth out in these YouTube streets from my perspective.
I feel that.
Letting everybody know that, that I myself come from the polar sphere of influence, and a lot of the characters on my show have also branched off that same tree. Would you agree and consider yourself coming from that T3 sphere of influence? Sphere.
I came from the T3, man. When I went, it is what it is, man. It's the truth.
Facts, man.
You know what I'm saying? I just was calling in because you had called into my show, man.
Oh, I got you. I be tuned in. I be in them bushes. Y'all don't understand. I be in them deep bushes. Y'all didn't realize till them episodes come out how much I be in them bushes. Salute, my hair. Hold on, it says he muted himself.
Gang, you unmuted me. Now you muted me. Now I'm unmuted. Which one am I? The news? What's up with it, man?
Man, I got you, man.
Yeah, man. Scale game. We in it. I already know how the rest go.
Salute, man.
Salute. So, I kind of talked about it this episode. We were just talking about different characters that have showed up in my show or popped up on the scene lately in these YouTube streets, and talking about, where their roots came from. And a lot of people have ties connecting to T3 the Polar Bears. Some have been around a little longer, but he definitely came and shook things up on these YouTube streets and helped people get their weight up. So, you got something
most definitely. Yeah, most definitely, man. I personally can say, yeah, man, he most definitely helped me get my page started. You know what I'm saying? I can't take nothing from him. You know what I'm saying? Didn't ask for nothing return, did it out the kindness of his heart. You know what I'm saying? To actually give me a different avenue, you know what I'm saying, in which to connect with the people with my music. So yeah, man, I'm most definitely grateful for that.
Hey, Mahaya, tell them how you used to be in the chats, how it started a little bit, man.
Yeah, well, if y'all don't know, you know what I'm saying, this your boy Demon Head Texas, you know what I'm saying. But anyway, I mean, like, it just happened on coincidence one day. I was walking through the door and my people said, Den, have you ever watched this dude named Polar Bear on YouTube? I'm like, who? You know what I'm saying? Because I ain't know nothing about it. I ain't even know they'd be getting down on YouTube like this at the time. So, you know what I'm saying? She put me on it. I started watching a couple of episodes of what he was doing on there. And then one day I just called in, from being in the comment section, I just called in. Boom. He let me up. You know what I'm saying? He basically got his stuff off on me. You know what I'm saying? And threw me back down to the comment section. So for y'all that don't know, my hair started out as one of Polar's top trolls over there getting on him though. I ain't really troll nobody else but him, you know what I'm saying? Because he would be always messing with me, you know what I'm saying, when I'm in the comment section. So I started noticing over time, the more I just kept calling in and interacting, you know what I'm saying, that he was basically, you know what I'm saying, kind of rocking with your boy. He wouldn't say it, but I'll be catching, I go back and watch it once I miss one and he'd be like, man, where my head? You know what I'm saying? Like he had got so used to me calling in that when I didn't call in, he'd be looking for me. Well, hey y'all, where my head? Then he started talking about Polar runs my hair and all that. So you know what I'm saying?
I remember. I think I got that in a couple episodes too on the little
exactly. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it started out just as just having fun, man, and over time it turned into a platform. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
The platform also came. Mahel wasn't trying to be a content creator at first. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to get my music off. It came along. If you ever been in Polar chat, his comment section, before he going live, he might schedule a live for 12 o'clock and don't show up. Or might show up at 2, you know what I'm saying? So after getting tired of sitting in the comment section, I was just like, man, you know what? Somebody need to go live. You know what I'm saying? And they was like, well, yeah, you right. We can just hang out until Polar comes on. That way, you know what I'm saying, we ain't got to be stuck in this comment section. So I would be messing with people in the comments section, telling them like, Tiala, you should go live. She's like, no, you know what I'm saying? Then they start telling me, well, Mahel, you came up with the idea, you do it. And it started from then.
There, yep, absolutely. And you got them chowder hours, man. I don't even know how you do it, man. Up all
Man, them
night,
trap
man.
hours. Man, they not the chowder hours, man. Them was the trap hours. We was trapping, getting that watch time up, you know. So when we got enough people, we didn't have to worry about that being in the way. I just went ahead and got all that time out.
Hey, but it fits you though. It fits you though. You nestled in that time slot, and you're one of the only people that goes lives around that time. So when people's stuff ends, oh yeah. You know, there's all type of channels. There's all type of channels now. But yeah,
everybody
right into your show. Yeah. Like I said, I try to stay up, but if not, I catch the replays. Like a lot of things people don't know, I catch a lot of replays of all y'all show. I'm tuned in to essentially the whole sector. Like I said, it's
well, you know, you can tell from your. You can tell from your comments at the end that I be tuned in to you. I leave you a response on anything you got going with us. Hey, what's up? It's the news. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Mahel song made it to It's the News. You know what I'm saying? Congratulations to me. YouTube ought to send me a plaque. You know what I'm saying? Because I ain't seen too many people get their music played on It's the News. I'm just saying.
Hey, you know what I mean? Real recognize real. And the thing is right here is this is kind of, we talked about this a little bit too. See, people don't realize, and this is, you had no ill intentions on what you did. You were just like, hey, providing a platform for when Polar doesn't go live. But some people take that as a play. You know what I mean? Or it is a play sometimes. They wait for people to go off live, usher people to this chat, things like that. They don't realize, I talked about it a little bit, the divide and conquer mentality.
Yeah.
And that's kind of one of the plays that, it's happening right in front of our face, but also at the same time behind the scenes. So
exactly. The behind the scenery is undefeated, man. It's a lot that be going on with that behind the scenes stuff. Behind the scenes is very dangerous. You know what I'm saying? Be careful who you talk to and what you say when you behind them scenes with people, because you never know who's recording or who's just looking to get something bad on your name.
Absolutely. I mean, and I'm always everywhere. So whenever you someone is YouTube streets, just know it's the news is lurking. Diana, I saw you yesterday in the chat, but I was in them deep bushes, so I couldn't pop out. Salute though. All right, then, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up this show. I appreciate you guys for showing up and showing love. I appreciate everybody in the chat. Like I said, I'm just here to keep it real, just to tell the truth. You're gonna start seeing me out on these YouTube streets a little bit more and out these bushes. So holla at me, man.
Already, man. I appreciate you giving me the opportunity to get up here and rock with you for a second, man. I'm gonna go ahead and jump down, man. Y'all make sure y'all check out DM Mahel Texas on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? The late early morning show. Scale Gang, we out this big.
Yay, there we go.
Salute, it's the news.
Salute, BFH. I got you. Keep doing your thing out there, man. I'll be tuned in, and I'm gonna pop up on you one of these times when you go live. We can chop it up over there.
Already, man. Salute.
All right, now before we go, I did tell you guys that I do got some merch coming. So whoever's left in the chat, y'all get the surprise look at the merch, and I'm gonna drop it in the community wall later on, the link to the merchandise. So give me 1 second, because your boy got merch now. We ready to do it. It's hard for me to sit here and just ask y'all for cash apps and money all the time. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna give y'all something. If y'all support me, I want to support y'all some, back by giving y'all something like merch. I am gonna have a class too in the future, but we'll talk about that because it's probably getting pushed back to November. So if you're a new content creator and you want to get your weight up in these YouTube streets, I want to help you out behind the scenes legitimately and not running no plays, just legitimately. So let's take a couple look at some of the merchandise we got on the website. Boom. So here you go. If you want to represent being a queen out here in these YouTube streets, we got you with the Queen of the YouTube Streets shirt. But it's not just for the queens out there. We got the kings too. So we got the king of the YouTube shirts. And since this episode was about T3 the Polar Bear, and he's the home of the trolls, we got to look out for y'all too. And we got them King Troll shirts out there for display on y'all. And then boom, I know everybody's fighting for this spot. The top troll on these YouTube streets. And then we got the queen. I got that gear for you, man. We got a whole line. Boom. We got the camo with the top troll. So now you can troll on the YouTube streets and in real life. I got y'all. I got y'all. And our last special edition shirt is we got our It's the News Nation shirt right here. So the official website of all that hosts all my merch, I partnered with Swism.com, which is actually ran by Ree. Support Ree in the chat. Shout out Ree. She helped me get this up and going. Where are you at? I missed you. There it is. Salute. Ree loves us for real. Help me get my merch line up. So you'll see a link to this in my community wall that'll have all the merchandise if you would like to purchase. I appreciate every single one of you guys. What's that in chat? Absolutely. Thank you, Dope Money. You be everywhere in these YouTube streets, man. I got a plan, man. I got a plan. So I appreciate every one of you guys. Like I said, look out for the community wall post. It'll have all the merchandise. Also, at the bottom of this video, you'll see links to all the channels. It's going to take me a little bit of a while to get them up, but by the morning, you will see links to all the channels that we talked about in here. Go and support these content creators. If you like their content, if you don't want to see all the drama, we got to, tune out of the drama and tune into the real stuff. You know what I mean? You got to show up when it's when they have their real content shows. You can't just show up for the drama. If you want to support these content creators, we got to show up when they're talking about some real stuff too. And I know I've been in the bushes a lot, so it's time for me to engage. And some of y'all time to step out of the bushes and engage too. Well, you ain't got to buy none, sir. It's okay. All right. Appreciate you guys. Have a good day. Enjoy the rest of your Friday night. And stay tuned to It's the News.